I am going to the hospital because I'm having chest pain on my left side. I'm home and genuinely, like, I just feel really just sad. Like,
after this, I'm filled with shock, consternation, and pure horror.
Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we are going to be talking about our co-host Amberlynn Reed, and things are not going well, as is the case kind of always. Now, honestly, at this point, it feels like I'm a broken record, and it's because I am a broken record. So what we're going to be doing is going over parts of this video. We're not going to go over this whole video because a lot of it, I mean, to be honest, is kind of pointless. Not trying to be mean, but it is what it is. But as you can see by the title of this video, things got worse. Going to the hospital and celebrating Mother's Day weekly vlog episode 8. But before we get into this vlog, I do want to go over this one a little bit before. And so the title of this video is I Can't Believe What I Just Put in My Mouth. What I Ate Today, episode 7. So in the beginning of this video, Amberlynn kind of talks about the fact that one of her previous What I Eat in a Day videos was taken off of YouTube because I assume of what she was eating. But then we go on in this video, we have Chick-fil-A. So let's look at the Chick-fil-A that we're eating.
do not mind that. But my fixation, kale salad from Chick-fil-A. So it comes with
The fixation is kale salad from Chick-fil-A. And so we have Chick-fil-A. So we're eating out there, and it looks like we have some sort of wrap here. Let's go ahead.
Dr. Pepper. And then with my kale salad, because this is just like a little, I can't get full off of that. I got a chicken wrap. It's literally just a wrap with lettuce, cheese, and chicken.
Okay, so we have a chicken wrap there, and then we scroll ahead, and look, we're eating some random food at, it looks like probably Bingo. And then we scroll ahead, and it looks like we have some, you know, salmon or something like that, Brussels sprouts and rice. And then we have a taste test of these Fruit Riot things that are like, I think it's like freeze dried fruit or something like that, or like candy basically. And then, you know, we have Amberlynn kind of just answering questions, which seems to be a majority of kind of what her content is. I know that it seems like I'm kind of rushing through this, but honestly at this point, it's like, what else is there to say, right? Like, we are at a point, Amberlynn, where your health is taking a nosedive, and you yourself are noticing this in your videos, and it seems like nothing is happening, right? Because we are probably going to go into this next video, and, you know, after you upload, you know, a video, the next video that you upload, and you're going to be straight back into doing the things that you were doing before. And, you know, if you look at the comments on this most recent video, what's insane is that Amber has already had health scares like this in the past, that she refuses to make any actual changes. You're really scared, but in the next vlog, you'll be taste testing candy, ordering Uber Eats, and eating fried food at Bingo, right? And so it's like, people are just getting to a point where it's like, you say that you want this change, and you say that this is a very serious thing that you need to do because, you know, your life depends on it. You say that in a video, but then every single thing you do in the video contradicts that completely, right? And so people are just kind of getting sick of it. But with all that being said, let's get into a little bit of clips that I think are worth reacting to in this. You know, it's a 20-minute video. Most of it is not worth talking about, but let's get into the stuff that I do feel is worth talking about, at least a little bit. Really quick, I just wanted to say today's video is sponsored by me, or you guys, I don't know, by Gorl World. We made some new merch. I'm really happy with it, actually. So we have this Gorl World merch. This one's kind of based off of the Neversoft logo. I don't remember if you guys know that from like the old Tony Hawk games with like the eye. So I just really like that. So we have this, and then on the back it has the little eyes, and then we have one that just has like the patch instead of the whole overall print. And then we have this mug, which I really like. It says Gorl World, get out while you can. And then we have the eye on the back of the mug as well. Just a very basic Gorl World, get out while you can a shirt. I really like that one. This one is the eye, and then on the back it says Gorl World right there in this lettering right here, which I think is really cool. And then we have the same logo just on a crew neck sweater. And then on the sleeve, it has the eyes going down the sleeve. And we have a hoodie of that one. And then we have this one, which I really like, in the pink font, Gorl World, get out while you can. All of these go up to a 4 or 5XL, depending on the article of clothing. And then we have another Gorl world, kind of like reminiscent of the 90s. That's kind of what the vibe was on this. But again, there's a bunch of different colors that you can choose from in these shirts. And yeah, so if you guys want to check that out, there will be a link down in the description. Thank you guys so much for checking out the Gorl world stuff. I'm really happy with how it turned out. But yeah, let's get back into the video. So the first thing that I want to go over in this video is the fact that Amberlynn spends a lot of time with her mom, right? And she talks about how, she is thankful that she is able to spend time with her mom. And, I've always said in my videos, I'm not trying to criticize their relationship. It's clear that they went through a lot when Amberlynn was younger and stuff like that. So they're kind of rekindling that relationship. But I think it really does kind of feel like we're at this point where Amberlynn is using the relationship with her mom almost as a shield to deflect some criticism. Because a lot of times when Amberlynn is going out to eat, she's like, well, I'm going out to eat with my mom, and that doesn't really count as eating out, which is its own thing. But, it just doesn't really make any sense here, right? And so this clip that you're seeing at the very end, they went to Target, they went shopping, that in and of itself, Amberlynn is clearly, she's a consumer, she's a shopper, she likes to do that. So her and her mom kind of talk about that. But then this is them after that shopping trip going to go get some food, right? So let's go ahead and watch this clip right here.
Now I'm taking her out for dinner.
Woohoo!
Woo!
Excited. I like the food.
That's where I get it from.
So she says, I like the food, and then Amberlynn laughs and said that's where I get it from. But I feel like that in and of itself is part of the problem. And respectfully, I mean this, but like Amberlynn's mom and Amberlynn, they both have to understand that, yes, they're making up for missed time, but there is a way that they could find enjoyment with each other that doesn't revolve around going out to eat, right? Why don't we have mom come over and make some food for mom or something, like do something like that. Go and make a healthy meal together, or go, I know Amberlynn is limited in her mobility, but go to a park and walk around or get outside in some capacity, right? Like there are other ways of hanging out with family members that don't explicitly revolve around these unhealthy meals. But with that being said, let's see what Amberlynn ends up getting.
Yeah.
So as you can see here, it's very interesting that she doesn't really say much about what she's eating. And I think that she kind of says it later in the video. I think this is indicative of her feeling kind of silly sharing this. That's a lot of food. That's a lot of food. That plate is incredibly large. And if you are someone that is on a weight loss journey, that you say yourself, and that you are filming yourself trying to lose weight, that's the whole point. And you are filming yourself eating food like this, which pretty sure it's a chimichanga. If we look here, which is a deep fried burrito. It's not just a burrito, a deep fried burrito with white sauce on it, right? And then we have refried beans and rice. This is not the meal of someone that is, really, really trying to focus on their weight loss. I don't think I need to say that. I think that that's clear. But with that being said, let's go into the clip where she talks about going to the hospital and this whole thing. And I have a whole thing that I want to say about the whole hospital thing and the fact that she decided to put that as the title and thumbnail of this video. I feel like that's indicative of a bigger problem, but let's go ahead and actually watch a portion of this video without me interrupting too much.
I am going to the hospital because I am having chest pain on my left side. So it started earlier, kind of like under my boob, like right here. And I was thinking nothing of it. It's like this sharp pain that I've never felt before. And then I was up cleaning, and now the pain is like in my boob. I know that's like TMI, but that's just me being honest. I just got done crying. I called my mom, and she's like, yeah, you need to go to the ER because that's not something you can mess with. So the pain is now like radiating to like my nipple area. I know that's again TMI, but I'm really scared. All right, so update. They've taken my blood, EKG, blood pressure, which when I first got here I was scared, so it was high, but now it's normal. And then I had a CT scan, which I was not expecting that. But they're just, oh yeah, an x-ray on my heart. So they're doing everything they can to help me, because yeah, and they also gave me Mom, what's the medicine called? Toradol. And that's helped with the pain. So yeah, but they're making sure just to check everything. So yeah. Okay, you guys, I'm home, and genuinely, like, I just feel really fucking just sad. Like, so my test results came back, and like they said that my lungs looked good, my heart looks good, and everything. And then I get the paperwork, and they didn't even mention this to me, which I don't know why. But I was just looking at the paperwork, and it says that I have an elevated D dimer. And thankfully I noticed that before I actually left the hospital. So I asked the nurse, like, what does this mean? And she was like, oh, it just means like you could possibly have a blood clot. That's why we checked your lungs, but you don't have one. But then it's like, okay, like I have other parts of my body. Like, I'm just really scared. Like, I don't know. And this just like brings to light a lot of anxieties. It brings to light a lot of fears. It brings to light a lot of regrets. It brings to light a lot of just things. Like, I feel scared, and I'm just like, what? Like, my doctor's appointment isn't for a whole month.
So like this is the problem, right? And I don't know what the fears are and what she's upset about not doing. I do hope that part of that, respectfully, is taking this more seriously, right? Taking the weight loss and the diet and the movement more seriously. Understanding this is the most important thing you should be doing right now. It is the most important thing. Going to bingo multiple times a week is not the most important thing to you. Going to bingo and eating the food at bingo is not the most important thing. If you want to go to bingo, fine. Have a plan. Bring some food with you. Have things that you have that you know are healthier, that you know will be conducive to your goals, right? Stop trying to play this game of, I'm going to do the least amount and try and see progress. It isn't working. It's not working. You need to be focused, to lock in, to really do what needs to be done. You got to be done being super duper kind to yourself. There's a time and a place for that to happen, but there's also a time and a place where you have to look inside yourself and be like, you know what? I'm BSing. I am not doing what has to be done, and I need to shut all of that stuff out and lock in and focus on this and do the things that maybe I don't want to do. Do the things that might be a little difficult. Feel hungry every so often. It's okay. You will survive. You will survive, Amberlynn. This is more important than your YouTube videos. It's more important than bingo. It's the most important thing. You are 30-something years old, around the same age as me, and the amount of times that you are going to the hospital now, this is not okay. This is not a good sign. And you have to truly look into yourself and try and make a change. Because if you don't, it's not going to end well.
So it is literally 6:45 a.m. I was at the freaking ER all night, and they were so wonderful. They were so kind. I am so grateful for bedside manner, because I'm telling you, I had so much freaking anxiety, and they were all just like so sweet and understanding. They treated me like an actual human. Like, there have been times where, I would go to the doctor and, I met with a different experience because of my size. And like, I was freaking out. I'm like, am I actually going to fit in the CT scan? Like, I even vocalized that out loud, and she was like, yes, of course you are. And it's just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm glad that like my heart looks good and my lung looks good and stuff, but like, I have an elevated D dimer. And that's scary. I don't know. I'm just going to call the doctor, and I'm just literally hoping that I can get a sooner appointment instead of like a month, because like people cancel and then all of a sudden there's openings and stuff. So I'm just going to call and see if there's an opening, because I would love to be seen sooner than that. It's crazy that like all of this is happening at once. Like, where I was finally like, I want to have a better relationship with food. I want to be healthier. I want to do better. And then all of a sudden I'm just like hit with this, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I just feel kind of defeated. I'm sorry to end this vlog.
Do you really not know what to do, though? That's the thing. I think you do know what to do. You just don't want to do what you know you should do. That's the biggest problem. And then as far as the fact just, okay, this is me putting on my, tinfoil hat. And so, give me some grace here. But if we go to the channel, right, and we look at this video, right? The title of it is Things Got Worse, Going to the Hospital. And it is, of course, the thumbnail is an image of Amberlynn in the hospital. And this is a 20-minute vlog. And up until this point, this vlog really had not much to it. And so me being a creator on YouTube, someone that has been making videos for a long time, I would not be surprised if when this thing started happening, Amberlynn was like, oh, I can make this the title and thumbnail of this video because I know people will click on this video and people will talk about that. And of course, right, it worked. That's what I'm doing right now, right? And that right there, that is such a large part of the problem with Amberlynn Reed, right? Amberlynn Reed is not just a larger individual that is making YouTube videos. It is so much different, right? Amberlynn is someone that has been making YouTube videos longer than me, and I've been doing it for 12 years, right? Like, Amberlynn Reed has been doing this for a very long time. She knows what people are going to click on, and that absolutely shapes and makes a lot of decisions for her. And so that's why I always say, I don't know if it will ever be possible for Amberlynn to seriously lock in, like I was saying, and lose the weight while documenting it online, because her mind is so warped by YouTube and the algorithm and doing what she can. I mean, look, we already talked about this, but she put out a video where she said she was going to stop making YouTube videos, and then literally the next day uploaded a video saying, oh, I'm actually going to continue making YouTube videos. It's just, at this point, why would anyone listen to you, Amberlynn, right? It's the girl that cried wolf. It is that's exactly what we're seeing here. You say so much, oh, I want to make some serious changes, and I'm really serious this time. And then literally the next video, you are eating Wendy's. You are going out to Chick-fil-A. You're having a bunch of food at bingo. And then you're complaining about people saying, hey, maybe that's not the best thing. What do you think is going to happen? What is your goal? Is your goal to seriously change your life? Because if that is your goal, you have to actually change your life. Just saying it is not going to do anything. I know that it might feel good to say it. You get that little bit of dopamine hit because you said it out loud and you made a video, and there's a few people that are giving you comments on your Instagram saying, oh my God, this is the time, I believe in you, right? And that feels good. But at the end of the day, that does not matter if you don't actually make some changes. You got to do something. You got to do something, and not just a little something. You have to make a very, 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 very serious and intentional change to your life to see more years. At this point, you have to see it, because if you don't, what is going to happen? I don't know. But that's pretty much all I have to say. I don't know anymore. We'll see what happens. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to check out the new Gorl World merch, go check it out. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.